Welcome to Othership Learn and Breathe. First, we're going to dive into some breathwork knowledge and then buckle up as we're going to put it to practice with a session from our app. You can always skip ahead to the session itself. And if you like what we're putting out there, then don't forget to give us a follow and subscribe. Thank you and have an awesome journey.
One of the biggest breathing problems we face is, ironically, breathing too much. The average person is taking in 12 to 20 breaths per minute, and this is 4 times more air than we should be taking in order to maintain that proper health. In fact, up to a quarter of the population suffers from chronic, serious overbreathing. So in order to improve your breathing on a fundamental level, we need to learn how to breathe less.
The amount of air that we breathe has the potential to transform our health. The way in which we breathe is dictated by chronic stress, sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy diets, and overheated homes. These factors in turn contribute to feelings of exhaustion, weight gain, sleeping problems, respiratory conditions, and heart disease, which contribute to overbreathing. It is this vicious cycle: overbreathing, illnesses, overbreathing, endless cycle. And while taking in more oxygen seems like a good thing, and may even feel good by stretching out your lungs, taking in that big breath, it is entirely wrong. We've had it wrong the whole time. We need to reset the way we think about breathing on this level.
Wow, it always blows my mind when I hear that because it feels so good to take in that big, deep breath. But when we overbreathe, we are changing our body on a physiological level. We're signaling to our nervous system that we're not okay. And this keeps part of our body in that sympathetic state, that fight or flight state. When we overbreathe, we're taking in too much oxygen and we're expelling too much CO2. So this whole process leaves your body literally gasping for more oxygen because the reduction of CO2 in your body limits the ability to effectively and efficiently use the oxygen it has, therefore tricking you into thinking that you need more oxygen. Again, that vicious cycle. This in turn reduces blood flow to your brain and oxygen delivery to your heart, your lungs, your organs. Essentially, your whole body just starts to not work properly.
So how do you know if you're overbreathing? Many of you, I'm sure, may be confused. Am I an overbreather? How do you even know? So this is where the homework begins. Start by just being conscious about your breath throughout the day. Just noticing how much breath you're taking in, the rhythm, the cadence, and if you catch yourself sighing or taking in that big breath often as though you're not getting enough. And know that the absolute perfect breathing pattern is 5.5 breaths per minute. That is ideally where we want to be. So that's roughly counts out to 5 seconds for the inhale and 5 seconds for the exhale. So let's just try that right now together. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just continuing at that pace, noticing what that feels like. It's definitely a lot slower than what you are used to, but that is the ideal. We're holding on to CO2 so that oxygen transfer can take place in our body. It is the optimal breath.
So one of the most common ways to tell that you are overbreathing is if you are mouth breathing, especially during times of rest when you're not working out. So when we breathe through our mouth, we're taking in so much more oxygen than we need, and we're signaling to our bodies that we're in that state of stress. We evolved to breathe through our mouth only when our nose does not work, or if we're in that fight or flight situation. Think about being chased by a bear. You're gonna breathe through your mouth, or you're gonna run fast. So when you're in that day-to-day state and you're not running away from something that's attacking you, you should be breathing through your nose.
Mouth breathing, it is very, very disruptive. You want to avoid that at all costs. Mouth breathing during waking and sleeping hours results in fatigue. It's just an imbalance of the entire nervous system. Fatigue, poor concentration, reduced productivity, dehydration because you're expelling a lot of water, vapor. Insomnia, disrupted sleep, nightmares, sleep apnea, underutilization of the gas nitric oxide, which is produced in the nasal cavity, and just overall bad mood, the sympathetic state, the feeling that something is not quite right. The nose is meant for breathing. We cannot reiterate that enough times. It slows down our breath because there's more resistance to drawing in through our nose. It cleans the air, it filters it, and it sets it to the correct temperature. Breathe through your nose.
Yeah, so once that pattern of overbreathing is established, it's often maintained, and it's occasionally these deep breaths or sighs or yawning that maintains it. So again, just take note during the day. When such habits become ingrained, both mentally and physically, you breathe in excess of what is required every minute, every hour, every day. It's that cycle of overbreathing continues and continues.
So it sounds scary, doesn't it? All the stuff that we're talking about, but know that and be optimistic in knowing that all of this stuff that we're talking about can be reversed through conscious breathing and awareness of our breath and specific breathwork techniques such as the Buteyko method, which is developed by Konstantin Buteyko in the 1950s. It just is all about slow, gentle breathing, so slow that you get a little bit of that feeling of air hunger, like you wanted to bring more air in. This is the reconditioning of our breathing patterns, and it is the building up of our tolerance to carbon dioxide, which is crucial.
Yeah, so by consciously breathing in less, in just a few weeks' time, you're going to begin to see increased endurance, reduced fat, reduced heart rate, improved cardiovascular function, a boost in muscle mass, improved sleep, concentration, energy levels. The list goes on. Overbreathing is a problem we all face, but you can mitigate it. Trust me.
Be conscious of it, be aware of it, and partake in the sessions that facilitate slow, restful, gentle breaths.
We are a species of overbreathers. Society has conditioned us so, with modern day stressors constantly barraging us. Overbreathing begets stress, which begets more overbreathing. It's this vicious feedback loop of unhealthiness and unhappiness. So let's consciously counter this so that we can come into the stressless state now. And also so that we can train to breathe less, even when we're not thinking about it. We're going to start with 2-2 breath, then work our way to 4-4, 8-8, 16, 32, and then 64 to finish it off. You ready? All through the nose. Here we go. In, 2, out, 2, in, out, in, out, in, out. Continuing at this pace. This is 3 seconds per breath cycle. This is the count that most of us breathe during a normal waking state. Upwards of 20 breaths per minute. Way too much. Way too much. So let's slow it down. Double time. 4 count breath through the nose. In 3, 2, 1, and in 3, 2, 1, out. 3, 2, 1, in and out. Beautiful. In and out. Continuing at this pace. This is better, isn't it? This is the 6-second breath cycle. Around 10 breaths per minute. This is the pace that we should be breathing during a normal waking state. So feel into this rhythm. And send to your body and your subconscious mind that this is where we should be at. In and out. Beautiful. All right, let's slow down once more. Double time. To an 8-count breath. On my cue in 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 6, 7, 8, and let it all out. 6, 7, 8, in. 5, 6, 7, 8, and let it fall away. Beautiful, continuing at this pace. In through the nose, filling up the belly, all the way up. And without stopping, letting it go. This is a 12-second breath cycle, 5 breaths per minute. This is the perfect rhythm during conscious breath practice to actively enter into the calm, meditative state. It is called coherent breath. It's been used for millennia. Feel into this breath. We're going to slow it down once more. In 16, out 16. On my cue. In 3, 2, 1, and in slowly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. Slowly, slowly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In slowly. You can constrict the back of your throat muscles to allow just the perfect amount of air to come in and out. Do it such that there's no pause between transitions. There it is. In. This is a 24-second breath cycle. 2.5 breaths per minute. Now we're getting deep into it. You can think of this rate and anything beyond purely as practice, as exercise. We're training our autonomic nervous system to breathe slower. We're changing the biochemistry of our bodies with this slow, deep, intentional breath. Feel into it. You ready for 32? 32. Well, here it comes. And in. Ever so slowly. You don't want to run out of air as you reach the height of your inhale. Halfway there. Out. Ever so slowly. Halfway there. In. You're doing beautifully. This is a real challenge. And out. This is one breath in just under 1 minute. In. Feel every nuance of your breath on this slow inhale. And out. Feel every nuance. Okay, the the ultimate challenge, the 64 count breath. Here it comes, and in. Take it in slowly. Constrict the back of the throat muscles. Slow it down. You're halfway there on this inhale. This is the ultimate challenge. You got this. This is the 96-second breath cycle. One inhale in just under a full minute, and one exhale in just under a full minute. You're almost there. Get ready for the slowest exhale of your life. And let it go. Yes. That's beautiful. If you can't make it, that's okay. Just do as best you can. Feel into the air hunger. Halfway through your exhale. The slowest breath of your life. Feel into that. All right, you made it. I'm getting ready for one last big inhale together. And take it in. All the way in, all the way up. A few extra sips at the top. And just steep in this feeling. Taking the time now to cultivate some gratitude for your beautiful breath. And with a sigh, releasing all tension on the exhale, letting it go.